Hello my friends, welcome to Reddit Rabbit. Before we start, catch the rabbit at the bottom right corner, smash that subscribe button and leave a comment. Am I the asshole? AITA for being annoyed. My girlfriend has started dressing weird recently. My girlfriend always dressed comfortably and practically until recently. She works at a professional job, and she would usually wear jeans, sneakers, t-shirts or sweaters, etc. About a month ago, she had her friends shave both sides of her head, but leave hair on the top and back of her head. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but she said she wanted it for a while, but she was too afraid of being embarrassed if it turned out badly. But now that everyone is working from home, nobody can go out, she took the chance and she loves it. Then she bleached her brown hair to blonde. Then in a week she dyed it fluorescent green. And she was buying a lot of new clothes, crop tops and tank tops, really loud pattern pants, platform sneakers that look like running shoes, but have a sole that's like 3 inches tall, just generally flashy and eccentric stuff. And whenever I ask, she says that this is more her style, but she's just been more comfortable getting into it when there's less social pressure. She's stopped wearing bras and that's also awkward, because I can tell she gets stares. I asked what she's going to do when she has to go back to work, and she said she'd dress appropriately, but obviously couldn't change her hair. But she didn't think that would be a problem. She'd been practically indispensable during the difficult time the company was having recently, and she couldn't see there being any trouble over hair. I've said I also don't love her new look, and she's always like I don't look that different, like it's still me, but honestly she does look really different. We had a fight after I asked her a couple times to just wear normal things when we hang out together, and she got really upset with me over it, saying that she was just trying to have some fun and try something different and it was really rude of me to tell her how to dress. AITA for being annoyed with my girlfriend's change in style. YTA. It's a tough time for everyone and changing things up is a way of coping. Less social pressure can allow her to be more free while being stuck in the house. If you can't see beyond superficial things like hair and clothes, that's your problem, not hers. Gentle YTA from here. I understand that it's not what you like, but asking her to wear normal things was not good. You're normal? Hers? She is changing her look and you don't like it. That's fine, but it's her look, and she's allowed to change it. If it bothers you that much, end the relationship. Trying to force someone into a mold that you deem acceptable is controlling and not okay. You could have approached this a lot better than you did. Have an actual conversation, instead of basically telling her that her current clothes are abnormal. Asking her to wear normal things was not good. You're normal? Hers? I suspect that was meant to mean the range of things similar to what we used to wear when we first met, and that you've been wearing until these last few weeks. I'm quite certain that's what it was meant to mean. Doesn't make it okay to say and then get annoyed when she gets upset. This is a crap time, and stress can make you change your outlook. Clearly, she wants things to be different. Hell, she may just be trying to control the few things she can in her life. Have some fun, and he's basically pissing all over it, because it's not normal, if it's that important to him. And he should be clear now on the fact that it's important to her to have some fun with this. He has choices available to him, from learning to tolerate it, deal with it, because he cares about her, keep griping about it and damage both her self-esteem and the relationship, end things, etc, etc. She's allowed to like what she likes. He's allowed to like what he likes. If those things become completely at odds, then an adult conversation should be had. Not dress normal when you're around me. I do think there's an important difference between normal, relative to society, and normal, relative to her typical. Someone making a ton of sudden and massive changes to their normal is shocking, whether that puts them more in line with society's normal or not, and it's okay for him to be confused. Especially since she's apparently wanted to do these things for years, but has never communicated that in any way, shape or form to OP. If she apparently was just quietly going along with things she thinks she should do, is she doing the same for other things? Are they still on the same page for big life decisions? It seems that normal is just such a horrible word to use in this situation. It's so subjective and nondescript that it creates more confusion than explanation. Honestly, I don't blame you for being against it. You got together with her and she is currently going through a period of her life when she's experimenting. Not all of it is gonna look perfect. But in the end there's not much you can do. It comes down to whether or not you are willing to stay with her even if she isn't looking or dressing the way you want. It sounds like you're tay for wanting her to dress a certain way, but I get where you're coming from. You would be tay if you forced her, but as things stand you gotta really talk it through and either come to understand the changes or leave. Nah, but you're closer to being tay than she is. Agreed. Nah, she's not an arsehole for changing her style, but I can definitely see OP's perspective. I'm not attracted to unconventional styles like that at all and would be really unhappy if my partner started dyeing his hair unnatural colors and dressing like that. I don't want to be with someone who experiments with style in that way. OP's gotta consider if that's a deal breaker for him. Right? She can dress the way she wants, and you can have any reaction that you have. No assholes here. But maybe this relationship is nearing its end. He wasn't an asshole until he tried to control the way she dressed around him and kept harping on it. That is never okay to do to a partner. How he feels doesn't make him an asshole. How he acts does. He wasn't an asshole for asking her to wear conventional clothes. It makes him uncomfortable to have people staring at them when in public. But they do have some talking they need to do as this can't go on the way it is. Nah, I don't know. I'd think it's pretty dongish if my partner asked me to wear conventional or unconventional clothes. My clothing choice isn't up for debate or discussion. Oh, I think you would look good in X is acceptable though, as long as you don't harp on it if they say no. I don't like X. Tough one, but I'm going to say nah. Girlfriend's done a total 180 on their look and it's not something you find attractive and it seems pretty extreme. But it's her expressing her style. I can see why people are saying YTA, because it's her style and makes her happy. But I get where you're coming from as it's such a sudden change and not one you like. Honestly though, you just got to let her be her and let her shine to her full brightness. You can't be the person that dims her or makes her feel less herself, otherwise you'll never work. Hopefully you'll get used to it, or it might be an adjustment phase and she reverts somewhere back to the middle when life gets back to normal. Who knows? For now though, you're just going to have to be honest that you're not a fan, but keep your opinion to yourself unless asked. Maybe try and find a few positives in her new look. Good luck. I agree with this completely. It's unrealistic to expect OP to be comfortable with a dramatic transformation of the person they fell in love with. At the same time, OP's partner should be allowed to dress how they please. Nah, I agree with nah. But I don't think it's that unrealistic to expect him to be okay with it. Everyone can be shallow as long as they're not mean, but this is pretty shallow to me. I started dating my husband when I had shoulder length red hair. I dyed it purple, blue and pink within a month. I shaved it all off within 6. I had a buzz cut for 2 years. Now I'm growing it out and it's finally made it a little past shoulder length. It's also my natural color now. I've also gotten 3 large tattoos in that time. I've lost weight and gained muscle. My husband has gained weight and started changing his style. He doesn't keep as closely shaved head and beard as he used to anymore. He stopped wearing Doc Martens. If he had broken up with me for any of the changes, that wouldn't have been unreasonable. But this person seems like he's not ready for a real relationship that involves your partner changing a lot. When you commit to someone and get into a serious relationship, it's important to be able to grow with them. That's not a wild expectation. It's not unrealistic. You don't have to stunt your own growth if you want any chance at a lasting relationship. It's a matter of priorities. Make sure to choose your partner carefully and make your priorities match. I don't think these two are going to last much longer. Going from red to purple isn't as big of a jump as brown to green. It sounds like she dressed pretty basic beforehand, and now she's dressing in this alternative style. Your boyfriend already knew you like to dress different. OP didn't. If I was dating a guy who dressed in slacks and Patagonia sweaters, I would be very confused if he suddenly started to dress punk. Other than that, I agree with the later half of your comment. It was natural red, but I agree with your overall comment. I'm sure he's surprised and he probably assumed the same priorities based on her appearance. He's not wrong for not liking the change, but he doesn't get to make that her problem. I hope they both find the right people. This relationship sounds like it's essentially over unless one of them is willing to fundamentally change who they are as people. Nah, maybe she's not the girl for you, bud. My thoughts exactly. Having an opinion doesn't make you an R, and it seems as though you've communicated with her in a civil manner. However, if she feels this look is more her, and you find that you aren't attracted to it or it's changing how you feel about her, then maybe you'll just aren't right for each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nah.